going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome into CHGO Bulls Podcast, presented to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook.
It is.
Download that app and make sure you use promo code CHGO when you sign up. I'm Peck. You can follow me on Twitter at Bulls_Peck. My guy playing with our CHGO light is Big Dave. He is at BowBWL Sports. Filling in for Joey today, who has the day off, it's Kevin Wells, the producer. What up, Kev?
What's up, guys?
Happy to have you here. And joining us in the third chair, keeping it warm while Will is down in Brazil. You may have seen him telling you every which way how awesome the city of Chicago is and how fun it is to be a Bulls fan from UK Chicago Bulls on Twitter and the No Bull podcast. It's our dear friend Jimmy, all the way over from England. Jimmy, what's up, man?
This is so insane, guys. Firstly, thank you for having me. Like, I watched this like 4,000 miles away, so to be sat in this chair is just another something surreal to add to this crazy trip. So thank you guys, man.
Well, the good news is you got all the cool shit out of the way first.
Word.
So now you feel like you could take a breath and just, come sit in this chair, in this set,
chill on out,
slumming it with us here at CHGO.
Like, trust me, this is as crazy as anything else that's happened. Like, I've listened to you guys for years. Like, this is so insane.
Yeah,
so
I'll say
insane.
it was real crazy when I was looking at your to-do list. And I saw us on your to-do list.
Man.
And I'm like, wow, what?
Yeah,
that was a to-do list of a lot of amazing, like, Bulls fan bucket list, lifelong bucket list things. Yeah. And then it was like, oh, yeah, hang out with the CHGO guys.
Of course.
Like,
You've
what?
been a big part of my life.
One of these things is not like the other ones.
We really appreciate that, man.
Well, it's true, man. You've kept me company on some lonely days at home. So, yeah, man, I appreciate you guys.
So what? I mean, you and I just had lunch, by the way. Took him to Green Street Meats, Dave.
Nice,
Incredible.
well done.
Because
well done.
everyone, I'm sure, told Jimmy, go to Portillo's.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go to Lou Malnati's, right? Which you've done.
Done both of those.
And
The
I was
base
like,
things, yes.
I was like, and we were DMing about having lunch today before the show, and I was like, you're not a vegetarian, right? And he was like, oh, no,
Why
definitely
you
not.
say it like that? Why you gotta say it like that?
You know why I say it
Why
like
you
that.
gotta say it like that, man? It
You know
ain't even
why I say
necessary,
it.
bro. Go ahead.
And I said to him, and I was like, all these damn vegetarians these days.
Yeah. Alex
he was like,
Caruso.
no, for sure not. I was like, okay, we're going to Green Street Meats.
Wait, Alex Caruso's a vegetarian. I did not know
let
that.
him keep going. Let him keep going.
Okay.
Go ahead. Keep going. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's why he went bald.
Plant base, baby.
That's why he doesn't have any hair on his head.
Well, he got a ring on his finger for that, so it's all good. Champion. Go ahead, man.
Oh yeah, the bubble ring. Yeah,
Go ahead.
that counts.
Counts as champion.
So now that you and I had a nice meal at Green Street Meats today, Jimmy, where is the best Chicago meal you've had so far? You've been in town for like 5 or 6 days now, right?
On the spot.
Yeah, you've put me on the spot. So I was saying to you, Matt, like, I've been eating one meal a day.
Okay.
Like, your portion sizes over here are insane. Like, I've been here for today. I think today is like my 7th day. I lost track of all the days, but I think only 2 days I've had 2 meals. All the other days I've eaten 1 meal a day. So all these cool restaurants and bars that I was going to eat in, I've not done half of them because I didn't realize that I was only going to be able to do one a day.
Yeah.
I think I would have said Lou's. Lou's Pizza is insane.
Yeah.
Although people have said a couple of other ones since.
Pequods.
Pequods. But that place today, Matt, was awesome. So when people are asking for my advice, people have said when they come out, that's gone on the list. That was, the meat there was insane.
Green Street Meats, baby.
Unbelievable.
Can't go wrong. Conveniently located like 4 blocks from our studio.
It's right there. Just a nice walk. Yeah, that's pretty
Awesome
cool, man.
food.
That's pretty cool, man.
There were also some pretty epic pancakes, right? One of the days you had breakfast, you went to some
Oh, God, yeah.
diner or something downtown.
For breakfast, right?
Yeah.
So it was like 10 o'clock in the morning. It wasn't even that early. And 5 pancakes, which I thought were going to be like, like 4 inches round, and they were like 12 inches round. 5 pancakes with loads of crazy syrup and stuff, and he even talked me into getting bacon on the side, which I really didn't need. I didn't even eat half of it, and I felt sick. So yeah, I had to convince him when he came and cleared the plate that the food was actually delicious, and I wasn't leaving it because it was disgusting. Because it was incredible, right? The pancakes were phenomenal.
It was just so much.
I just didn't need enough for 6 people.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
We do doggy bags around here, baby. They come in whole. So I'm gonna put you on the spot one more time, though. So since you've been here, what's been just the oh my God moment for you?
That's
that
quite
has happened?
easy.
Okay.
So like, I've done some incredible things. Right?
Yeah,
Incredible. Like even being here now, and I know this is like everyday life for you guys, but for me, like this is a big deal.
Yeah.
But the one standout, without any shadow of a doubt, was Will Perdue giving me a lift home from the Windy City Bulls game. And even though I got a video, I still don't believe that actually happened.
How did that even occur?
So, if you follow my social media, you'll know that I booked the tickets to the Windy City game before I come out to Chicago. So, I met Chuck at the game on Wednesday night. Sorry, the days all come a blur. And he said, "You're going to the Bulls game, right?" Chuck Swirsky, this is. And I said, "The Windy City Bulls game." I said, "Yeah." He said, "How are you getting out there?" I said, "I don't know. I'll walk or catch the bus or train or Uber." And he went, "Well, you know where it is, right?" I went, "I have no idea, but it's around here somewhere." And he went, "You're going to need to plan this." So I checked the Uber and it was like $90. So I got out there. I made a sort of afternoon of it because I had all day, right? Made a bit of an adventure and that was cool. And then coming back, like I had like 2 big bags full of stuff that the awesome guys at Windy City, I got to shout Brad out. Incredible. They treated me so kindly, given me. And I got chatting with Mark Shanowski and Will afterwards. I'd already met Will before the game, but Mark met me and said, "Have you heard about Jimmy's journey?" And Will had no idea. Mark was keeping an eye on it. And then Will sort of said, "Well, how are you getting back?" I said, "Well, I'm going to have to just bite the bullet because I can't get on the train with all this stuff. I'm just going to get an Uber and just take it on the chin." And he said, "No, I'm not going to let you do that." He said, because I told him I was in downtown first. And he said, I'm going to drop you home. And I was waiting for him just to go, "I'm only joking, man. You're gonna have to go." Right? And he didn't. And I went, "Wait, what?" And he said, I live in downtown. I'm going to drop you back. It's fine. And I said, "Well, look, how about you just drop me near to where you are, where you're getting off or whatever, and I'll Uber from there." Nope. He insisted on drop. And honestly, I think the nicest person I've ever met.
Wow.
We didn't even talk about we were in the car for like, what is it, about a 40-minute drive, I guess?
Yeah.
We didn't even speak about basketball. It was just life. Like he called his wife. I was chatting to her on the phone. That was all surreal. Just, yeah, it was so bizarre.
That's
but
amazing.
in the nicest possible way.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I was telling Jimmy at lunch just now when, he was telling me about that, drive with Will. And I was like, yeah, man, when Big Dave and I walked into NBC on day one and realized that we were going to be like co-workers with Will Perdue, who Dave and I both watched win championships for our team when we were kids. We were like, oh my God. And, of course, a little bit intimidated by somebody of that stature,
that size,
and of that like Chicago Bulls lore, right? And we walked in like 10 minutes into talking to him. We're like, oh, this is just a giant kid. Like he is the friendliest 12-year-old at heart, but happens to be 7'3" adult human beings. The nicest guy in the world.
I had no idea he was that nice. I knew he was a good guy. I did not expect him to, and I'm not just saying it. Honestly, the nicest person. Like seriously.
Yeah, he did the rookie thing to us our first year at Outsiders. So, we had to get pizza and all those things. But after that, he's right. He's the nicest guy. I gave him a ride home this year.
Oh, really?
After that. So I had the complete opposite of yours. He's like, I need a ride. And I'm like, yeah, I'll give you a ride home. And my friend called me in the car. He's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm giving Will Perdue a ride to his house. He's like, what? I'm like, that's literally what's about to happen, dog. I'm about to give Will Perdue a ride home.
Yeah.
So I completely understand.
There you see it on the screen there. There's you and Will.
Yeah.
Is that when you met him, backstage before the game?
Yeah, so this picture was just before the game. Yeah, Brad took me backstage into the locker room and stuff. And, yeah, that was where Will was sort of coming out. So that was the first time I'd met him. He actually had no idea who I was. And I realised how arrogant that makes me sound saying that. And I'm so sorry. But like you
don't know me, Will Perdue.
No, the support like I've had, like people know about me. Like I had no idea. Like it's been so crazy. But he didn't know anything about my journey or my account or stuff. But as soon as he met me, it was the first thing he asked. Like, what's your account? And he got his phone out in front of me and followed me on the spot and stuff. I said, I'm going to have a look at your journey.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until I think at the end when Mark was with him and I went and introduced myself to Mark. And Mark had been following the journey, so Mark sort of made a point of saying to him about it, and that was, I think, what led to the probably the craziest night of my life.
Yeah.
Like insane, yeah.
I like Par Junior Sports in the comments here who said that he met Will at a game and he was holding the door open for guests who were leaving. My dad recognized him and shook his head. He is just so insanely nice. Like, Dave mentioned there was a little bit of rookie hazing when we were first working with him at NBC. But and so like there was this place like, a couple blocks from our NBC studio where he liked to get dinner from, and I would always get to the studio earlier than he would. So he would have me. He would give me his dinner order and then have me pick up dinner for him and bring it to the studio. But to his credit, And another example of Will Perdue being the nicest human ever. He was like, you pick up my dinner for me and bring it to the studio and then get whatever you want on me. And I was like, damn right, get it on you. Like, you're a retired NBA player. But he did make that offer.
Yeah, he did. He did. Will was super cool, man. Super wonderful guy, man. So you only have a few more days left. So I know you're excited to get back to the UC though. You're going again tonight for the hockey game.
I'm going tonight for the Blackhawks game.
Right.
Never watched a game of ice hockey in my life, but was told while you're there, you got to. I was going to do it anyway, but quite a few people have said it's a really good night out. So I'm really looking forward to that.
That's gonna be.
It's going to be a crazy experience. I'm lucky I'm sat right down close as well.
Oh,
so
you're gonna be on the glass.
I'm going to be pretty close. Yeah, I think I'm like row 7 or something.
Oh, that's amazing.
So,
Oh yeah.
When you see hockey, NHL hockey up close, it blows your mind.
They're big and they're fast.
I think I got lucky because obviously they're not doing great this year. I think it was like maybe someone's season ticket that they're reselling. I think like the face value was about 260 odd pounds. This was.
Right.
I got it for like 160 pounds.
Yeah.
So
deal.
Yeah. If you had been here back 6-7 years ago, dude, Blackhawks tickets were.
I can imagine.
I mean, they were more than Bulls tickets.
Yeah.
Whether it's the Bulls or the Hawks at the United Center, when those teams are good, tickets are stupid expensive.
Yes, this is correct.
Yeah, you're gonna love the national anthem today and all the pregame festivities. It's really cool.
Yes, the
national anthem
is a big thing. Yeah.
Is Corneliusen singing tonight? I would assume
he usually does.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good time.
That's a big
whole
moment.
pregame is like a whole show in itself.
Right.
I'll be sure to be in there early.
Yeah. It's pretty. Are you so? NBA games, national anthem before the game. There's somebody who's singing the national anthem, and everybody's just standing there, hats off, hands over hearts, etc. At Blackhawks games, everyone in the building just cheers. Throughout the entire national anthem.
As soon as he says something.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's nuts.
And when they get to the Rockets red glare,
Sounds good.
It's going up, man. It's going up. So that you're gonna do that, and then tomorrow you're going back for the Bulls game.
Tomorrow's the Bulls game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a crazy day planned tomorrow as well. I don't know if I can say too much about it, but yeah, tomorrow's another crazy day. Then the Bulls game. And then sadly I fly back Thursday. That's gonna hurt a lot more than I thought it was gonna.
Wow. You're gonna miss our CHGO Bulls takeover by a day.
Yeah, I know. For the Knicks game Friday, right? Yeah, I've seen all this. So yeah, terrible timing from you guys. Did you not think about me?
We're so selfish, Jimmy. We're so selfish. He's like, when you leaving now Friday? We're doing it Friday. That's what's gonna happen. All right, get him out of here, man.
No,
we're back to the beam.
we timed it exactly like that because we're gonna try and ride your coattails.
That's
into
right,
the
right
United
on
Center.
in, baby.
Jimmy's
we're
leaving,
dropping your name at the door,
and then we're gonna show up and be like, "Hey, Bulls PR people, now that you're used to giving this amazing red carpet hospitality to someone." We're here.
I'm dropping your name all night.
If we win tomorrow night against the Knicks, there's a legit chance that they're going to try and hold me in Chicago.
Yeah, then they will have been 3-0, right? In the games that you attend if they win tomorrow.
And believe me, if that happens, I'm not going to fight anybody.
And tell your girlfriend, sorry, babe, I'm not coming home.
Sorry. Put the kid on. Hey, Daddy loves you, but he needs another week.
Well, so we were talking about this a little bit too at lunch just now, Jimmy. Like being a UK dwelling NBA fan and what that entails and what goes into that. And you've said you recently took a different job where you're not maybe able to watch from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. as often as you used to, but you still do it a couple times a week. What was it that initially got you into being a fan of a team halfway around the world where all of the games that were played were in the middle of the night? Like, how does somebody who lives in the UK become a Bulls fan?
Yeah.
So it's a really long story. I won't bore you because it'll probably take up the whole show. But basically, it started. I'm a kid of the '90s, like you are, right?
Yeah.
So that's hence why I'm a Bulls fan. That's all you got to say, right? I stopped following the game for quite a while. I only actually got back into it 6 years ago. But I'm more into it now than ever. I watch as many games. Well, I watch every game, not always live, but I always watch every single game. I try to do 2 live a week.
Okay.
At least 1, but I try to do 2. But because of the build up to this trip, I've had to work stupid long hours to be able to justify taking all the time off. And then when I get back, I've got a week off for Christmas. So I'm doing 60-hour stupid weeks. So I've not been able to watch it this season so far as many live games as I would like. And that sucks. But being here makes it all worthwhile, right? So it's, you know, it's paid off. It's paid off. So when I get back, I'll get back into a routine of getting up. But listen, it's not easy. So like, I'm lucky. My girlfriend's super supportive. So if I go to bed at maybe like 9, get a few hours sleep in, wake up at 1, watch the game, get back in bed for like 2:30 for a couple of hours, and get up for work, and it takes its toll. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we love it, right?
Yeah.
So
how does she deal with that? Like you,
okay,
being, like,
so,
I'm sure you listen to a lot of podcasts. You like, are y'all listen? You listen to them 2 idiots on the screen again.
So it's quite funny. So we have my kids every other weekend. So when I've got the kids, I generally don't do the live games because it's not fair on them either. Because I'm a little bit tired then the next day and stuff. And
that's called a good father, ladies.
And my time with them is super precious, right? I only get them every other weekend. So it's my time with them comes before anything else. But so when I say to her, like, I'm going to get up for the game tonight, she goes, right, in the kids' room. So, and that's fine. That's fair enough, right? So then when my alarm goes off at 1 or 12:30 or 2:30, whatever time the game is, I'm not disturbing her. Although she still does hear me, which she makes sure that I know the next morning that I've woken her up. But she's so awesome. Like, she'll hate. I shouted her. Well, actually, Will Perdue shouted her out when I was on 670 yesterday, and I sent her the link or the soundbite of it, and she like hated it. She's not like me. Like, she hates when I told her about my trip and everyone coming up to me. She was like, "It sounds like her worst nightmare." So when I sent her that soundbite, she was like, "Oh, I won't use the word she called me." So if she sees this, she's not going to be happy. But
a wanker? Did she call you a wanker? Is that?
She called me a prick, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's universal, right there.
Yeah. So,
it's international, bro.
But I think she meant it nicely. I'm not sure. So I probably won't show her this because she'll hate this. But I love the woman. She's so awesome.
Well, thank you for letting him listen to this and watch this show.
Sometimes really I'm sat on the couch and it might be like 10 o'clock at night when your show comes on, and I'll be sat there. So she'll have something on the telly and I'll be watching you guys on my phone, like with the volume right, like trying to listen in. Like, with the volume. Yeah. So she's so cool. She's so cool.
Man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Phil Connors in the comments saying, not trying to rehash old beef, but Washington better than Cornwallis. I mean, yes, the U.S. did win the American Revolution.
That's what we doing now?
I don't think Jimmy was there fighting for the Redcoats back then.
It was a little bit before my time.
I don't think any of us were. It was just,
little bit before
going
my
out.
time.
Kev, you weren't there, right?
Huh?
You weren't there, right? Just making sure. We just making sure. You know, I don't want to assume nothing. All right. Yeah, Kev wasn't there either. Nobody was there.
All right. We got to take a quick time out and share with y'all some words from our friends and sponsors. While we're doing that, hit that thumbs up button. If you got any questions for Jimmy, throw them in the comments. When we come back, we're going to look at a few more pictures from Jimmy's trip.
Oh, yes.
And then, of course, we also got to talk a little bit of shop. We got to get some of Jimmy's thoughts on what's actually happened with the Bulls this season, because we got him here in this chair.
Got to do it.
That's all coming up next. But first, Big Dave.
Yes.
Tell the people about ComEd.
ComEd? I know Jimmy's here for this, bro.
Right. This is, as much as I want to come on and talk to you guys about my trip and about the Bulls, I have been so looking forward to seeing this. Sat next to the man himself. This is insane. Go for it, Dave. Don't let me put too much pressure on you.
Oh, no. Give me all the pressure, baby, so I can let you down. Yes. The ComEd Energy Efficiency Program. And then I'm about to read about ComEd. Ain't that nothing? Don't worry. Stay tuned for part 2. It's all right. Is committed to helping families and businesses in the communities we serve save money and energy. ComEd offers free facility investments that can help find energy-saving opportunities, whether it's lighting, HVAC systems, commercial kitchen equipment, or industrial processes. I am fancy. An authorized engineer will work with you to develop a detailed assessment plan specific to your goals and needs. These can be done in person or virtually and last approximately 2 hours. Within 3 to 4 weeks, customers will receive a report detailing energy efficiency projects that they can start working on immediately. Each recommendation will include estimated energy savings, cost savings, projected costs, potential incentives, and simple payback. Now, don't wait. It's the only time I'm yell during this. Get started saving money and energy today. I lied. For energy saving tips and to schedule your free facility assessment, go to ComEd.com/poweringbiz. That's ComEd.com/poweringbiz. Are you ready to sign up for a facility assessment? Call us at 855-433-2700 during normal business hours to speak with the ComEd Efficiency Program representative. Email businessee@comed.com or request an assessment online on the website comed.com/facility assessment. What's up, Mario? Just wanted to say hi.
You know Mario's rocking the ComEd services.
Oh, man, what are you all about that?
All
Listen,
the ComEd services.
When I came in, he said, Dave, please tell me more about the HVAC systems. That was the first thing out of his mouth, man. First thing. And I'm like, again?
And now he knows.
Now he knows, man. He's all about that life. He's all about it.
You know what else Mario knows?
What's he know? What do you know?
Is that everyone should be having fun making them bets on NBA action on DraftKings Sportsbook.
He does know this.
I know Mario knows this.
Yes, he does.
Mario's a smart guy.
He's an amazing person.
This time of year, everyone's excited about giving gifts, getting gifts, the holiday spirit. But what about all those hoops? That's the gift I give to myself. Throwing down on NBA action, and it has to be with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official betting partner of the NBA and our official betting partner at CHGO.
Yes.
New customers can bet just $5 pregame on any NBA money line. And if their team wins that game, they get $150 in free bets. Not pounds, not quid, Jimmy. $150, okay? Need to make that clarification. Plus, everyone can combine multiple bets for bigger payouts with those DraftKings stepped-up same-game parlays. Boosted odds up to 100%. And because it's Tuesday, it's time for our DraftKings Sportsbook pick of the week.
Come on with it.
I'm looking at tonight's NBA slate, Big Dave.
All right.
I see the Pels traveling to Utah to play the Jazz tonight, 8 p.m. Central Time tip-off.
What you thinking?
Pelicans, road favorites, -2.
Okay.
Give me them to cover that.
All right.
Pelicans are rolling.
They are.
Rolling.
That's true, they are.
Jazz have fallen off. Nothing but love for our old pal Lowry.
Shout out.
But holy crap, this Pelicans team has been lit recently. I'm taking them as the road favorites to cover -2.
Hello,
That's
fellow
your sports
kids.
bet. DraftKings Sportsbook pick of the week. Don't forget that promo code CHGO when you sign up at DraftKings Sportsbook. What? I can't say it's lit? Do I sound?
Cam couldn't even hold it in, man.
Do I sound too old or stodgy or white or all of the above?
Yes. See, I'm about to say, just keep going.
Okay.
You might have been in the Revolutionary War.
Oh, dude, I was there. You know that guy in the saying about, don't fire until you see the whites of their eyes? I was the whites of their eyes guy.
You were the one?
That was me. Yeah.
His claim to fame.
And my eyes were very white.
You're like, oh shit.
Right.
Like, yeah, it was like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
you were
so
loading
long,
that
I was still
musket,
young.
like, yeah.
My eyes weren't bloodshot yet, if you know what I mean.
All right. That came at night.
Right, exactly.
When you were writing your letter back home. War is hell, honey.
My dearest Gertrude.
Right. Yes, Jimmy, they gave us microphones.
This is what we do. Jimmy.
It's so insane.
They gave us mics.
Kevin, let's do like Russian roulette dealer's choice. Just throw up any and all of these pictures that we've seen from Jimmy's trip. I have just gotten
That's the one.
so much
That is the
FOMO
one.
That has got
of
to
your
be the
trip,
one.
even though
You live here.
we live here, and I could theoretically do these things, but
Yes.
we're clearly not as cool as you.
That's the one, though.
So I mean, so you've obviously met a
Stace.
lot of cool people. We've talked about your amazing, Uber ride with Will Perdue. You also got to meet our old coworker and our friend Mark Shanowski when you were out at the Windy City game. Stacey King.
I've got to talk about the Stacey one quick.
Sure.
Yeah, go for it.
I made a big error. So I was really wanting to meet Stacey King before I come out, and I knew that he was really cool with meeting people. And after the game on Saturday night, I went round and someone was just taking a photo, and they asked me to take the picture for them, right? So I said, yeah, cool, no problem. Took the picture, and as they were coming off, I said, do you mind returning the favor? And they said, no, of course. So I took that picture with Stacey, and he wasn't overly chatty and stuff, and I was trying to introduce myself, and it was what I didn't realize as I turned around and walked off, there was like a queue of people.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't know, so I've just walked straight up to him. Someone's asked me to take a photo for them. I've just said, can you return the favor?
Yeah.
So Stacey probably thinks that I'm an arrogant person because I basically just jumped the queue and said, oh, I'm Jimmy, UK CHGO Bulls.
Right.
No, he wasn't in the slightest interested. He still, it shows you how nice a person he is, right? He
Right,
still took the photo for me, and he still looks happy. But I'm really hoping I can put that right tomorrow night. I've spoken to a few people and said, look, can someone apologize? Like, I legit had no idea. Like, I would never have done that if I'd known. and yeah, I felt terrible.
Right. There, so that's the thing. So many Bulls fans want to get their pictures taken with Stacey King after the game, and he's so amenable to that because he's such a nice guy.
Yeah.
That people will come to that section behind where their broadcast table is.
And he was stood
and
there.
line up for their chance to take a picture with Stacey.
And he took one with every single person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's amazing, man.
So I'm hoping I can put that wrong right tomorrow.
You also hung out by the tunnel for a while and got some pictures and I'm guessing also some autographs from some of the players.
Absolutely, yeah. So the first night there, I planned to get a blank Bulls jersey and just get it signed by as many players as possible.
Okay.
But the first night there, I didn't have it because the Madhouse store hadn't opened until 5:30. I managed to get in early, get in the tunnel. So I met a couple of the guys. I had my Caruso jersey on there in that picture with Goran Dragic. And as Caruso went past, I managed to get him to sign that jersey, which was awesome for me. If you follow my social media, everyone will know how much I love Caruso.
Right.
He was supposed to be in London for an event a few months back. And it was actually the day after.
Is that the same trip where he was in Paris
That's
for a while?
Yes, it was the day after Paris.
Okay.
And he come over to London, and I was on the train on the way to the event, and I got an email to say that the event was cancelled because the Queen passed the day before and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So I never got to meet him, and I was absolutely devastated. But I finally, I got my jersey signed, and I got a photo of him, and it's Javonte, Goran. It's been so insane.
Did Goran's hair look even grayer in person than it does on TV? It looks pretty gray in that picture.
It is, but you know what? He's such a cool guy. So when he heard I was from the UK, obviously this was before England got knocked out of the World Cup.
Right.
He said, "Where are you from?" I said, "Oh, England." He said, "Well, good luck in the football on Saturday." And I said, "You don't even mean that." And he just laughed and walked off. So yeah, he definitely didn't mean that, but it was nice of him to say nevertheless.
Yeah. And now, so did Javonte sign 5 times or just the one
He
time?
just signed the once.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if his hands with a marker autographing works as quickly as he does on a basketball
but if he
court.
wanted to sign it 5 times, I would have taken it, right?
Definitely.
But I mean, that picture there with Benny, that was so insane. So
Dude.
yeah.
So that was your first time meeting Benny, was at the first game you went to.
That's
which
right.
was
Yeah, he come up to our seats. I think he'd been tipped off because he kind of made a beeline for me.
Yeah.
As he walked up the stairs, I looked at him and I pointed at him and he pointed back, and then that was it. And we had this weird, crazy. I think we're friends for life. I think so.
If you're in with Benny the first time you meet him, you're good with Benny forever.
Yeah.
Like Benny is super cool with me and Dave.
Yeah.
But if he ever sees us hanging out with Sabine again,
He's got issues.
that's a different thing.
He's got issues, man.
Benny likes me and Dave, but he hates Sabine.
Yeah, I'm well aware. Of that.
And then you see there, I also you got to meet Chuck.
Got to meet
who did a
Chuck.
book signing with his new book that just came out like a couple weeks ago. I mean, whether it's Shanowski or Stacy or Will Perdue, all these people who work in Bulls media and Bulls broadcast, the nicest people.
Seriously, yeah.
Like that you would like. They don't have a reason to be that nice. They don't need to be that nice.
Right.
No.
But they are.
But they are.
Also with Chuck, so I had him on my podcast a few weeks back, but I knew how nice he was. He's so inspiring on social media, right? Putting out really cool quotes, being nice, this. So I already knew, like, he was such a cool guy anyway.
Yeah.
So, he recognized me. I went and got a book from him and stuff, and he recognized me straight away, and we got chatting, and yeah, it's just, everyone, man, is just so awesome.
Yeah. And I see you also met Tim Sinclair, the Bulls PA announcer,
guy.
who was actually sitting right where you're sitting. We had him on this offseason.
That's the crazy thing, right? So when I was at the tunnel, this was the first game. I got my Caruso jersey on there. I got a tap on the shoulder, and it was Tim Sinclair. And I was a bit taken back, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I listen to this guy every night, and now. And he said, "You're Jimmy, right?" And I said, "Yeah." And I was, "How the hell do you know who I am?" And he said, "I really wanted to come and meet you. I've been watching your journey." So that blew me away. And I said to him, like, "You're the one that's going to make me cry tonight." And he said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, it's my first ever Bulls game. I was doing an Instagram live outside the arena before, and I had to stop it because I was welling up." I said, "I'm going to watch the intro video, and I think when you come in, that's going to just send me over the edge." And yeah, I've got no shame in saying it did. I had a tear. When he done the intro, I literally had a tear down my eye.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
yeah.
I can't even imagine what it is like to do that in person, in the building, in that atmosphere for the first time. Because I know, thinking back to my childhood, being in that building for, Ray Clay introducing Michael, Scotty, Harper, Luke Longley, and Dennis Rodman, like, even when I go now, like when we go to the game on Friday and that starting lineups and the Bulls intro and all that and Sirius, Alan Parsons Project, the hair stands on the back of my neck every time.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So I can't imagine what it's like
Yeah,
for the first time.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
Like, it's so insane.
Like,
I can't even describe it. It's crazy.
Like, that's what I wanted to know, like, because, again, like you were talking about, like, it being your very first time. Like, what is the feeling like seeing the building outside? Because I know for me, when I show up to stadiums for the first time that I really want to go to, I kind of stand there for a second, and I'm just like, wow. Like, I'm about to go inside of this thing right here. Was it the same for you?
Yeah, so I got really fortunate. I'm going to shout Luke out. Luke goes to the games, and he's got an American Express card. And he said, look, I'll meet you there, and I can get you in half an hour before the doors open and stuff and show you around a bit. And he was awesome. So I met him there. He said, get there. Like, I'll be there about 5. We can get in at 5 o'clock. He was coming straight from work. I think I arrived at, like, 4:15. I've had so many dreams about going to United Centre.
Yeah.
But it's not a dream. It's a reoccurring nightmare. Every time I have it, I'm late, and they won't let me in. And so I made sure I was there well in time. So I was just walking around the place for like about 45 minutes before we got, but just taking it all in, man. It's so insane. It was really emotional, actually.
Like, what was it like to see because I still haven't been that close to the trophies yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was that like? Because every time I see somebody near, I'm just like, I get, feelings just looking at this one sitting right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will not do the show unless this is right here. This has to be here. So, and this is just the replica. So what was it like seeing the real ones? Well,
I've got a replica one at home as well. A little bit bigger than your one, but not as big as the real ones, right? So I said, these are actually the trophies. He said, yeah, these are literally the trophies. I was like, okay. Oh, deep breaths. Did you want a photo with them? I was like, yeah, okay.
Came all this way. What am I going to not get a picture with the trophies?
Other than the awesome people I've met, it's probably my favorite picture. I mean, looking at these back now, so I was saying to you earlier, like, I've not actually had time to look back at any of the pictures I've taken. Other than quickly posting them on social media, I've not actually looked and taken it all in.
Right.
That's the one picture that I looked at and went, wow. Like, I made it my cover picture online and stuff. That one there on the screen, like, you got the city in the background. It's just, that to me is so insane.
God, it's so cool. Man.
It is.
I mean, like, shot. In some ways, I'm a Bulls fan who's lived in Chicago most of my life, and I've only done maybe a quarter of these things or gotten to do a quarter of these things that you've done in the span of a week-long trip. But I think the really cool thing that you said to me while we were having lunch is that, like, everyone in Bulls Nation and everyone in Chicago is just happy for you that you're getting to do this, as opposed to being like, oh man, like, why do you get to do this and I don't get to do this? Because I mean, you're such a positive presence on Bulls Twitter and Bulls social media, and like, no one deserves to have this experience more than you do. Like, I genuinely want you to know that, and it makes me so happy to see you this happy, because to me that is at the core of what it means to be a Bulls fan, is someone who can be moved to tears by getting to have experiences like this.
Well, I really appreciate you saying that, and so many people have said you deserve it, and I legit don't believe that I do, right? I'm just a kid from little old England that tweets nonsense about a team I love. It's not like I am putting work into it, I guess, but where it's a hobby, it's not like I'm working, right? I don't ever wake up and dread doing a quick graphic, or well, unless we lose. But that's, like, out of everything that's happened, the one thing that has really blown me away is exactly what you just said, Matt. Everyone has been so supportive, and like, I'm having DMs or people commenting on my tweets and stuff saying, I'm so happy for you. I'm watching it from Chicago, France, back home in the UK, like, all around the world, people are messaging me saying, like, it's really cool watching it. And that's probably what's blown me away more than anything, and just made me go, wow. And so many people said what you've just said. I don't see that. Like I say, I just tweet nonsense. And yeah, I'm quite a positive guy on the whole. I always try to be, at least. But it's so humbling. Like, seriously.
Like, when they say that stuff about it, we have the same kind of reactions, like, even when we were talking, you were saying those things over there, I'm like, yeah, I just do this.
I get it.
Like, so I understand the feeling, you know what I mean? I understand what you mean. Do you have a favorite player right now? Is it Caruso?
Yeah,
Caruso's
absolutely.
the one?
Yeah, it's Caruso, yeah.
Kevin, let me see that pic he took there. with Mr. Caruso.
Let me find the Caruso one. These are the ones you sent me. I got
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
Well,
Look
he's
at
finding
that.
the Caruso one. Yeah, so that was also obviously another cool thing about going to catch that Windy City game is that they had assigned Dalen.
Yeah.
And so you got to meet Dalen at the Windy City game.
Which I'd hoped to do when I got the tickets. I knew there was a possibility that would be the case. So,
right.
I was delighted for that. Sadly, Marco didn't play. He was supposed to be, but he felt a bit under the weather
Right.
just before tip, so he didn't actually play. He wasn't around, but
And so you also got to meet Tony Bradley. I see there. So did you tell him to make that 3-pointer?
I'm about to say
night?
3-point assassin.
That was the cherry on top of the Bulls whooping the Mavericks ass Sunday.
When he touched the jersey, maybe I give him some powers. But, yeah, that was so cool. It's honestly so, like, looking back at these pictures, it's so insane, man.
Man, so even at the Windy City game, though, you got to see Marco.
No, Marco wasn't there.
He didn't play? How dare he?
He felt under the weather. He wasn't very well.
How dare you, Marco?
His jersey was hanging up in the locker room and stuff.
Yes.
He was supposed to be playing, but
Is that Denzel Valentine banner still up?
I didn't see it.
Okay, all right.
Do you know what's cool about their lockers? They're from like the 90s Bulls.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that was quite cool.
They
I
took
didn't know
the
that.
old lockers from there and just gave them to the...
And Brad, the president down there, was telling me that one's MJ's, that one's Scotty's. So I said, how do you know whose is whose? And he said, well, the only reason we know is we're looking at old pictures and comparing the grain of wood.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
He said they've spent hours trying to identify which one. Yeah, insane.
Wow.
I tell you what, Jimmy, you should not have told me that because now in my mind, I already started thinking about like, okay, I need to get the blueprints to Now Arena and
Oh, man.
go
I
in
can
there.
hook you up.
Yeah.
See? Told Jimmy's the one now. Jimmy is our connect. From now on, Jimmy's the connect. Oh, there it is.
I want to go steal Michael Jordan's old United Center locker.
Oh,
Well, you
man.
might
That's what I wanna
struggle,
do.
but yeah,
I mean,
it's
you
quite
know,
big.
I like
Yeah.
to see him pull that out, but you know.
But yeah, that
There
picture,
you go.
man.
There's you and Caruso.
Yeah, man.
That
So
glorious
that was-
man. So
that
you got
was-
him to sign your Caruso jersey.
He signed my Caruso jersey, and then I got quite cheeky because I understand you either ask a player for the signature or a picture. You don't normally do both, right?
Right, yeah.
And when he signed my jersey, I was just so like in the mud. I said, "Can I have a quick photo as well?" And he was like, "All right, you have to be quick." So I was like, yeah, of course. And he did it. He didn't have to do that, so that's awesome. But he was. I also got his signature on my blank jersey on Saturday. He actually come out before warm up, and he spent quite a bit of time going around all the fans. He obviously had a bit more time, so that was really awesome to see as well. So yeah, that's my favorite. Like my boy, it shows you like. So my boy was a big Larry Markkinen fan, right? Like me, like you, and my boys. I said to him, "What do you want me to bring you back from Chicago?" And he said, "I want the white Caruso jersey, that number 6." So I've got some cool photos. I'll put them on socials, but. The weekend before I come, I had them, and we went out, and he wore his Markkinen jersey still fits. He had the jersey, the shorts, the headband, and his Bulls jacket, and that's how he went out. And it was like, you want to wear that? You wear that. That's cool by me. So yeah, but he watched like that weekend. I didn't have my daughter in the Saturday because she had a party. So when we woke up Saturday morning, I said to him, instead of watching what you normally watch, like Power Rangers or whatever they watch, should we watch the Bulls game? And he was like, yeah, Dad, absolutely. So we sat there, and he watched the entire
Gotta
game.
teach him young, Jimmy.
Without all the breaks. So it wasn't like a 2.5 hours. It was like an hour, maybe just over an hour.
Okay.
But he watched the entire game, and he cheered every Bulls basket.
Wow.
And every time Caruso got the ball, he was shouting Caruso.
Yes.
So, and he's 5.5. So
Getting them young.
Yeah, it's
Parenting
insane.
at 100.
Well done,
That's
sir.
how you do it.
Yeah.
That's a father right there.
So one day, hopefully, he'll be in Chicago with me when he's a bit older, and
that'd be super
Yeah.
cool.
yeah, we can experience this together.
Bring him back for part 2 of the trip.
That's right,
Yeah.
man.
We'll still be here sitting in these chairs, man.
Talking plenty of
Well,
foolishness.
he'll probably be more famous than me, so I'll be sat there watching, and he'll be sat here.
Oh, no, we'll be dropping your name the whole time. Don't worry.
We're going to take one more quick break. While we're doing that, hit the thumbs up button if you're watching along with us on YouTube. When we come back, we'll get some of Jimmy's thoughts on this season. Also, maybe we should take a look at this new MJ MVP statue that came out today.
Take a look at it.
Maybe we should do that. But in the meantime, Big Dave,
Yeah.
I know you got a question for Kevin or Jimmy.
Actually, I'm going to ask Jimmy because I'm going to see. I'm going to put him on the spot. You know, I like testing people. I'm going
Put
to
him on
see.
the spot.
He say if he watching, I'm going to see it. I'm going to check you. Jimmy, what time is it?
Oh, no, you can't put me on the spot now.
Oh, he wasn't ready. I know Kevin, they got it.
Am I supposed to say game time?
Hey!
So that was too obvious. Game time. Who?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
There you
God,
go,
I
man.
panicked. I'm sweating. I'm panicked, man.
We have a ticket selling app as a sponsor.
Of course.
That's
Game
name
Time
is actually
tickets.
Game
Yes,
Time.
I know, man.
He understands. Don't
You
worry.
put me on the spot. I panicked.
Don't
I'm
worry.
sorry.
I
all
will
right?
give you a chance to
I
redeem
wasn't
yourself. Do
expecting
not
it.
worry. I will give you that chance to redeem
Ah.
yourself, sir. Kevin, you're again amazing over there. Because Game Time is the hottest new ticketing site that makes it easy than ever to score the best deals on tickets to sports, concerts, and shows. Because I know that you dreamed of sitting at that 50-yard line, sitting courtside like my man Jimmy right here, or behind home plate, floor seats at a concert. All of this is possible with the Game Time app. Biggest last-minute price drops can be found on the seats you thought you could never, ever afford. You won't find better deals this season to go see the beloved Chicago Bulls. You won't. And just like here at CHGO, it's created by the fans and for the fans. And it guarantees you the lowest price. So if you love CHGO,
And we know that you do.
then you'll love a Game Time. The best way to support us is by buying your tickets through the link in the description. And first, you hit that thumbs up button, though, first. And then you buy your tickets through that description and join the over 15 million people who have downloaded the Game Time app and score the best seats to all your favorite events. Because I'm coming back to him one time. Because, Jimmy, what time is it?
Game time.
Who? Yay! Give it to me one time.
I was waiting for the spots.
Wait, which one is that from?
That's Locked On.
That's yeah.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, guys.
Sports. I forgot about that.
Yeah, man. Got a million of them, baby.
So many great little Big Dave tidbits of ad copy that were never actually on the ad copy.
Never on the ad.
they just show up.
I would never do the ads if they told me
just
to
show
read
up
them
there.
straight. I would never do that.
Phil from the comments, Jimmy tells you that you're adding the who once you figured out that the Game Time was the Game Time already redeemed you from not being
Yes.
immediately
Okay,
Correct.
awesome. I
Correct.
promise I listen. I am sweating when Dave put me on the spot. So, apologies.
That's why I got the air conditioning here. That's why it's here. That's why it's right there. Ready to go all the time,
Oh,
man.
dear.
All right, Kev, do you have a picture of that newly unveiled as of this morning NBA Michael Jordan Most Valuable Player trophy? There it is.
Oh, yes.
So Kirk Goldsberry leaked this earlier this morning, and NBA Twitter exploded. Gentlemen, I have my thoughts, and I'll share them in a second. But first, I want to get your thoughts on the newly redesigned MVP trophy concept.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
Jimmy. What do you think?
I like the idea.
Okay.
I saw Dave's tweet earlier, actually. The idea is great. The award, not so much. Like, that doesn't scream out MJ, does it, when you're looking at that?
It does not.
Nothing about that says MJ. Yeah, I don't think it's been too well designed. I don't like being negative about things, but I'll be honest. Yeah, I was a bit underwhelmed when I heard the story. I was excited, and when I saw the picture, I was a bit underwhelmed.
Yeah, that's a great word for it. Underwhelmed. I love the name.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
absolutely.
They nailed that. You know what I'm saying. That's perfect. Like, yes, the
Absolutely.
Michael. Because I remember we had this discussion last year when we were talking about what do you name it for Michael Jordan? And I was
Right.
like, it's either
When
gonna
they
be-
started naming the conference
Correct.
finals MVPs, and you
Yeah.
know they started throwing other names around.
I was like, it's either the Larry O'Brien Trophy or it's the MVP.
Right.
Like one or the other. You're not gonna. That's it. Like you can't go anywhere else. So this is fine. Also, I like it. Kobe's the All-Star one. Mike is the regular season.
Yep.
I like everything about that. The trophy is trash. I can't stand it. All right. I don't know who that person is. First of all.
Tell them how you really feel. Dave.
Second of all, let me get into this. Second of all, what the hell kind of shot is that? I've never seen Jordan take that shot ever in life. Okay, no, he don't do
It
this.
looks to me like it's more of a block than a shot.
Right, exactly. What is he? What action pose
That
is
looks like it
this?
should be
It's,
Defensive Player of the Year award.
I hate it. I hate it so
No,
much.
it's the arm stretch dunk from Space Jam, but just before he throws the arm down. That's what it is.
And what makes me angry, Kevin, can you put up the picture I sent you of the? Okay, this is what NBA.com put up. This one made it more angering for me. Look at all these awesome action shots.
Got so
Right.
many. There's
so
so
many to
There's
choose
so
from.
many.
And every one of them is iconic.
All of them. But you know which one you don't see? Is him with his one hand in hair. just tossing up something. What the hell, man? I hate it so much. It says nothing like Jordan. And I looked at the other ones, and I'm like, yeah, those are action poses that regular NBA players do. That's what they
poses
do.
trapped in those weird, like,
in
crystal,
a
like,
weird glass
cylinders
case of emotion.
No, I hate those more than this.
But at least their poses are action poses.
Okay.
At least they got that. This dude is, I don't know, trying to put the star on the top of the Christmas tree. I don't know what this is, but it is not Michael Jordan, and I can't stand it. I hate it so much. But I love the name Michael Jordan being on it. It's very fitting, and now it will never be called MVP award for me no more ever again. It's going to be the Mike Award. It's like, how many Mikes you got? How many Jordans you got, bro? Like, you got 3 Jordans. Like, that's how I'm going to look at it from now on. That's me.
Yeah. I, for the most part, agree with you guys as far as what my initial reaction was when I saw the design. Just for the sake of playing devil's advocate, there is more context that was also dropped today about the concept of the design that I think makes me dislike it less. Because they worked with Mike to design this trophy, and he did not want it to be in his likeness. He wanted it to be just an unrecognizable basketball. Okay. Put a big old check in that box. He wanted it to not be of his likeness. He wanted it to just be a indistinguishable basketball player. And then also, if you notice the way that like the refined shininess at the peak of the statue is a lot more clear and stands out compared to the base of the statue that's more like looks tarnished and, you know, rough around the edges and whatnot. That was purposeful to describe the grind it takes to rise from an NBA draft to winning the league's MVP award. Which was something that MJ liked as a concept of the trophy.
5 of them.
So like there are some things about this because like so many people were like, well, just make it the Jumpman logo. Well, the Jumpman logo is a trademark of Nike. And it's not the Nike MVP award, it's the Kia MVP award.
Correct.
What do you want, a trophy that MJ sitting behind a car? I hate to break it to you, MJ does not own any Kias.
That we know of.
That we know of. He might be on the invisible one that we.
So, like some of these details of the trophy, I don't know if you guys saw this graphic with like some of the specs.
Yeah, I saw it.
The ball that he's holding, the crystal ball, is a ball that has 23 points on it for his number.
Awesome.
The height of the trophy is 23.6 inches for his number and number of championships won. The base is a pentagon to represent the 5 times that he won the regular season MVP award.
That's a lot.
The nameplate at the front of the trophy is 6-sided to represent the 6 times MJ won an NBA championship.
Never lost.
The 15-degree angle of the pentagon base is to represent the 15 NBA seasons that Michael played.
That's a nice time.
Like, there are details on details on details of the statue. It's just that most Bulls fans and Michael Jordan fans saw it when they looked at it the first time and said, what the F is that?
Trash. That's what we saw. We saw it. I appreciate all the details.
The explanations make more sense.
Great.
Still a weird looking trophy.
Still a weird looking trophy that I don't like. And that's nice. And all of that, when I read that, I was like, oh, that's really cool. Still don't like it how it looks. That's all that. And again, let me point out how awesome is it that they actually worked with Jordan on this,
incredible.
man. They didn't do that with nobody else. They went to Mike and said, we want to do this, Mike. Mr. Jordan, do you like this?
Right.
Do you like this? Do you approve
Because you don't want to
this?
do something and then accidentally piss off MJ because you did it wrong.
Correct. And just think of the sheer dominance now. So now you're playing a Michael Jordan video game, and in the video game, one of your players is wearing a Jordan brand logo jersey while he's wearing a pair of Jordans, holding up a Michael Jordan trophy because he won MVP. The league is on lock. Yeah. All right, the man has the league on lock.
But some people,
it's insane.
Some people aren't ready to give him that GOAT title yet.
Right. They ain't got to give it. They just handed him a title. They just handed it. They just said, here you go. Here's the GOAT title right here, Jimmy. They put it on the MVP. This is truly amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like it's another power move from Jordan to go, look, okay, you want to name it after me, that's cool, but don't make it look like me.
Right.
And they've gone, okay, because you're Michael Jordan, we're going to bow to whatever you want. But the details are incredible. When you break them all down, that is insane, the amount that's gone into it. But I get why they can't make it the Jumpman logo. Of course they can't. Right. But there's so many. Oh, like you just said, Dave, in
Yes.
that graphic that I think the Chicago Bulls put together. There's so many, and if you saw a silhouette and any of those, they're unmistakably Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Okay, you could say Kobe, whereas Kobe did a couple of them I know, but
Sure.
Right, because Kobe stole MJ's moves.
You get what I'm saying,
Yeah.
It just would have been any one of those would have been so cool.
Like, fine.
Especially the one where he's leaning back.
Yeah.
It's just any of
If
them.
they had made it like him fist pumping, leg spread after the shot against Cleveland, like
Yep.
Great.
make it that.
Yeah.
Yep.
How I mean, maybe it makes it harder to carry because the splayed legs or whatever. But like, yeah, that just looks like a person holding an Olympic torch.
Yeah.
It looks like an Olympics trophy if they handed out trophies instead of medals.
Now, does it look smaller than the old MVP trophy? Is it a little smaller?
It
than
does,
that?
but I
Okay.
think mostly because of the base.
Okay.
So
And it's also a lot thinner, right?
yeah.
By the looks of it. So
Because the base of the MVP trophy is like,
Yeah.
a freaking brick.
Yeah, it's a
like
paperweight.
4
right.
bricks.
You sit there right on your desk to hold things.
Right.
Yes, absolutely right.
That statue does, I think they said, weigh 23.6 pounds,
Yeah,
though.
yeah. You know what details. You know what would be hilarious, though? If Luka wins it, and Luka, Jordan brand, winning the Michael Jordan Award. You can't escape. You know what I thought of when I saw this? If y'all watched Breaking Bad, was that moment when Walter White, I don't want to ruin it for nobody, but he called his wife, and she was like, Walter, what happened? And he said, I won. That's what I thought of when I saw this. He won. All right? Like, that is check and mate. What else are we debating anymore? Seriously, what are we talking about here?
there'll still be people out there trying.
Oh, yeah. Like, I would love to see, actually, I think I would love to see LeBron win this because you have to win a Michael Jordan Award.
That would be cool, right? That would
You
be
have
so
to win
cool.
the Michael Jordan Award. That is awesome, man.
Wearing their statement jerseys with a Jordan on as well. Yeah, that would be cool.
I don't know, did somebody ask what Isaiah Thomas's opinion was on it?
I think
I'm dying to know.
I
Just
think
me
he met the
personally.
criteria.
I think we can guess. I think we can probably guess.
Isaiah probably can't believe that they didn't name the NBA MVP trophy the Isaiah Thomas trophy. That dude is
That's
living
the Clutch
in
Award.
8 layers of delirium.
Well, let me ask that. What do you guys feel about the Clutch Award? Like, because that's a brand new one out here, man.
What
So
I
do you
feel is I'm pissed they decided to make that a thing the season after DeMar DeRozan did DeMar DeRozan things last year.
Fair point.
Because you know who wins that award last season?
DeMar
It was
DeRozan.
freaking DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah.
I am furious about that.
Okay, all right.
Where do you stop, man?
Oh,
Like,
wherever you want.
I get you got to reward people for great things, yeah. And the ones we had were fine, yeah.
Yeah.
What's it going to be next year? What are they going to make up next
the
year?
nice shoes
So I saw
award.
somebody
Yeah,
on Twitter
the
this
year
morning being
after.
like, "Oh, the next thing is he has that dog in him award."
Yeah, the Jim Boylan Award.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
No,
hate
you
it.
said his name. No,
Okay,
Jimmy.
the bold-headed menace award.
There you are. Come on, Jimmy. He watched
I
the
get a
show.
fist bump
now
now?
you get one on that. You definitely get one on that, baby.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I'm all for supporting greatness, but sometimes I just think it's too much. When you have too many, it kind of devalues them, in my opinion.
I
don't
agree with
know.
that. No, I definitely agree with that. It's one of those awards that it's hard for me to say it means something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
like, okay, great. You were
Yeah.
clutch in the season. Wonderful, I guess.
But
like-
your team could suck still, right?
right, exactly.
You don't even make the
Like,
playoffs, but you win the award. Like, surely no player wants that, right?
Right.
Player wants to win as a team. Like,
And it's also funny. I was listening to the most recent Low Post, Zach Lowe's pod on the way to the office today, and he and his guests were talking about how it's weird that they named it after Jerry West,
Yeah.
who's famous for losing how many straight times in the NBA Finals. The Clutch Award to the guy who is famous for getting to the finals and then losing
losing.
over and over and over and over again.
Oh man, dude. Like, yeah. I guess, like, fine, you want to give people awards and stuff, but it won't play into anything because I
No.
guarantee you, if you're having a debate about whatever and somebody tries to say, well, he won 3 clutch awards, you're getting laughed out the goddamn room, dog. Seriously.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, dog. It's not
I
gonna
can't
work.
imagine that on like MJ's accomplishments
Right.
on his list.
He never
of
won the
things,
clutch
yeah?
award. Yo, man, stop
Yeah.
that right now. Yeah, I can't see it.
Although if LeBron wins it next year, you know that's going to be an argument, right?
Oh, yes.
Well, MJ never won it.
Well,
it didn't exist. But
That's a big ass if though,
Exactly, yeah.
because if it's a clutch time moment in an important game, you know that LeBron's passing that to the nearest teammate who's willing to take a shot.
Ooh, well, I can say he won that clutch award, but did he win the Jordan Award for being the best player in the league? Because that's an award. That's the #1 award that's not trapped in a glass case of emotion.
I think LeBron winning MVPs, I think those days and those seasons are behind him at this point.
We'll see.
I think that part
We'll
of his
see.
career is in the rearview mirror, and he's going to be.
He's a heck of a player,
3,
man.
4. He's got 4.
He's got 4. He's got
four.
4. He's got 4.
One shy. Okay, and like also the other thing that I saw a lot going around NBA Twitter today is like, well, wait, the NBA MVP award is not named after the guy who has the most of them,
Yes.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yes.
Kareem already has an award named
Yes.
after him, and it's the humanitarian award
Correct.
of the league, and I think that Kareem is very proud of that. And
Yes.
I think if you ask Kareem about this, he would be like, I don't give a crap.
Right. and people completely forgot about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which honestly, I don't know if that's a commentary on people and says something about it, but yeah, he already has that, and Kareem is absolutely incredible, man. Like the work that he does is absolutely incredible. So what he did on and off the court,
Absolutely.
is really special.
Jimmy, before we let you go, real quick, Bulls 11-15 after that brutal overtime loss to Atlanta, which clearly it was your fault that you didn't make a trip to Atlanta to go to the
my
game.
bad, guys. Sorry.
They would have pulled that out had you gone. Just to like cover the bases, what's the thing you're most encouraged by so far through this very brutal start, difficult schedule, some tough losses and close games? And what's the thing that is genuinely worrying you about what lies ahead this season?
Okay, so the two things that I've been impressed by this season, firstly, on a defensive end, we've improved so much on that end, right?
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is we're beating good teams. We're beating winning teams, which was complete opposite to last season, right? We were
Couldn't beat any of the good teams.
Beating terrible teams and losing against all the winning teams, whereas this season it's flipped a bit. So that's the encouraging side. The not so good thing is, why are we not finding better 3-point shots? Because on making them, we're one of the top, like we're in top 10 in the league, I think, in making percentage-wise.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. But we're, I think, bottom or certainly near bottom in taking them. So I can't get my head around why we're not throwing up more shots. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes when Zach takes one, you just go, what the hell are you doing? And then even then, sometimes they still go in and you go, good shot.
Right.
Like, who am I to question you? Like, you're great. I forgot how good you were. So that's not a hate on Zach, by the way. But for me, like, the biggest key and the thing I'm most hopeful for, if it happens, hopefully in the new year, is Lonzo coming back. My opinion is he's our most important player. This was before he went down. I said it when we signed him. He's probably going to be our most important player. Some people agree, some people don't. That's fine. Life would be boring if we all agreed, right? But I think he offers everything, Lonzo, right? He's probably going to be the best defender when he comes on. Sorry, AC. Maybe AC. He's probably your best three-point shooter, which seems crazy to say from a few years ago. And he's, without any shadow of a doubt, he's your best passer and playmaker. So why would he not make all the difference? People keep saying to me, you're putting everything on Lonzo coming back. I'm like, yes. Like, he's that important. And he will free up Zach. He will free up Vooch. He'll free up DeMar because he's a scorer. They're not going to leave him open. I love Caruso, right? He's my favorite player. But you can leave Caruso open on the three-point line. Yeah,
Fair.
He's going to look for the pass. That's fine. He does way more than just score. I completely understand all that. He's my favorite player on the team. But you're not going to do that with Lonzo. If Lonzo's at the three-point line, you're not going to leave him wide open. It's, to me, that's, I mean, look, he might not come back this season, and that's, if he doesn't, seriously, that sucks.
It's devastating.
Because this was the year. I'm not saying we would definitely win it without him, but if we got any chance of having even, I'm not saying win the championship, but having a good playoff run, we need Lonzo in the team. Vooch's final year. DeMar's not getting any younger, even though he's still great, and I'm sure he will be for another couple of years. This is the season we needed Lonzo badly. The rest of the team on the whole have been pretty healthy. I know we've had a couple of bits here and there, but it feels like every season, as a Bulls fan, there's a bad injury to, and more than one player normally, right? With Zach, with all the other guys. So it sucks, man. It sucks. I would honestly have such high hopes of Bulls having a really good player. Like, maybe even getting to the NBA Finals with Lonzo. Like, that's how much I hold hope on how good that player is or how important he is for us. That might be a bit, I don't know, people might not agree with that, but
Yeah, he's definitely special.
Yeah.
For the and he makes things easy. You know,
Absolutely.
Like, guys don't have to think out there. They
and how
just
much fun
react.
do they have when he's on the
Correct.
court? They're all
Correct.
smart. Zach LaVine, the first time we saw him smile in the Bulls uniform was
true.
when Lonzo was throwing him lobs from
That is the
absolutely
truth.
nowhere.
That is the truth, ladies and
They're
gentlemen.
all having so much fun when Lonzo's out there because,
Yeah.
like you just said, he makes life so much easier for those guys.
Yeah. So he was shooting free throws today. So for me, that's progress.
Oh, really? Oh, I
Lonzo
missed
was
that.
out shooting free throws. Yes.
Okay, that's cool.
Donnell Mayberry put out the video of Lonzo,
I
taking
missed
free
that.
throws at the free
Okay,
throw
that's
line. So
encouraging.
that's a step. That's a tiny step. Just say he did something, Matt. That's
You know
all.
what? I'm gonna give you Mr. Marvel a Marvel's reference in response right now.
Oh, thank you.
I know you chide me all the time for not watching all of the Marvel movies.
All the time. No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, you just want it to be
Every time.
for your point right here,
Every
so
time
I'll
it comes
allow
up.
it. Go ahead.
Jeremy Renner, don't give me hope. Don't give me hope, man.
Well done. You know what movie that's from?
Avengers.
Very good.
No,
you see, I'm even going to ask you, but go ahead. You good?
The last one.
Very good. Very good, Matt.
The Last Avengers,
Last
whichever one
Avengers.
that one's called.
Very good.
One of the ones to do with that, fist with the stones in it.
See,
that Endgame?
You could have stopped, and you just want to keep going.
Endgame,
Yes.
right?
Endgame. That's what they called the last one.
Yes.
Because it was the end of the game.
He doesn't know when to quit. He just don't. He just keep going. It's all right though.
Did you choose this window of time specifically for your trip for any particular reasons? Did it work out the way? Like, are you looking forward to the fact that the Bulls are welcoming the Knicks because there are some familiar faces over there? Like,
Absolutely. So the reason I picked this time was because I had always hoped I was going to Paris. I was going to Paris regardless.
Yeah.
But I wanted my first Bulls experience to be in Chicago at the United Center. That was like quite important for me.
Yes.
So I'd always planned to come this season. So I was like, right, I've basically got November or December. So I was weighing it up with having my kids and stuff like that. And I wanted to get 3 games in. I didn't want to come all this way for 2 games. I wanted to try and get 3 in. And this just kind of, well, actually the deciding one, I think there was two periods I could have done the same sort of number of days and game. But the deciding factor was that we end on the Knicks game. So being a Bulls fan of the 90s, everyone knows my dislike for Knicks. So it either ends on a massive high or it was a terrible decision to come out for these games.
I can tell you what, man. Them Knicks fans, you about to get to know them. Like they're a little different.
Oh, they're not quiet. They're not quiet.
They're not quiet at all, man. They loud.
I like winding
Ask
them
Matt.
up on Twitter. I've had a few good sort of run-ins with them. just sort
Okay.
of-
So you understand.
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right. You
Yeah,
get
I
it.
always, every time I have a run-in with a Knicks fan, I just simply reply with the gif of Pippen dunking on you. And if they reply to that, I just put the gif again. And
Yeah,
just-
you know,
yeah.
it's so many.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so many Bulls
Yeah.
Knicks gifts of
also,
us dunking on them.
I didn't have any issue with Knicks fans. I had an issue with Knicks security. Okay, that's different.
That's because you were putting yourself in a position to have issues with Knicks security.
Seems like a
In game.
seems like a differentiation that needed to be made. Jimmy, for any of our listeners and viewers who were not familiar with you for whatever silly reason until your visit with us, tell them where they can follow you and about your podcast so that we can continue to spread your great
Absolutely.
Bull stuff to the rest of this fan base.
I appreciate that. So yeah, it's just quite simply at UK Chicago Bulls. So it's pretty simple. That's Twitter, Instagram. I'm not on Instagram so much. Yeah, I had this made yesterday actually.
Looks dope.
That thing is
Yeah,
fresh, bro.
it's quite cool.
On the
I had
champion
a
hoodie
couple
too?
of- yeah,
That joint's
champion
hard,
hoodie.
man.
I had a couple of additions at the Bulls event last night. They were doing presses, so they just
Oh,
added
wow.
to it. So,
That's
and I had
amazing.
my hat made today too. So,
Look at
match
that.
the hoodie, UK Chicago Bulls, and I had the Chicago flag. So,
that's
yeah,
so hard.
awesome. So it's a couple of really cool.
Careful.
things. So yeah, it's UK Chicago Bulls. I'm not as active on Instagram as I probably should be. I keep saying I'm gonna pretend that change that, but I'm more so active on Twitter. So the podcast is No Bull. It's on all your podcast platforms. So if anyone wants to come and join me on No Bull, send me a DM. We've not put one out for a couple of weeks, but I really want to kickstart that when I get back. So anyone, I have fans on just to talk about anything and everything. It's really relaxed. So yeah, if anyone's listening and wants to come on, just drop me, and I'll get you guys on too for sure.
You can never
So-
have too much Bulls content.
Absolutely.
Dave and I are firm believers in that.
Yeah, all my DMs are open, so just get in touch.
I
But
mean-
thank you to everyone. Seriously, in Chicago has been so friendly,
Yeah.
like so friendly, and I appreciate it so much. It's
Well,
incredible.
I mean,
you,
the
man.
appreciation is a two-way street, man. It's
Seriously.
we were so glad that we were able to have you here in studio. I'm glad we were able to sit down and have a meal together. I hope you enjoy the rest of your trip. But for real, I mean, you've been a huge supporter of ours
Yes.
for years,
Yeah,
and like it means a lot. It truly does.
Very surreal sat here next to you two now. Trust me.
I mean, nothing but love, man. Seriously.
Thank you.
Everybody follow Jimmy on Twitter, UK Chicago Bulls.
Hey.
Give his podcast a listen. No Bull, wherever you get your podcasts.
Yes.
We will be back tomorrow for pregame. Bulls trying to get back in the win column.
Woo!
Jimmy will be at the UC,
Yes,
so
he
hopefully
will.
that means another W
Yeah.
when we take on the Knicks for the first of 2 games against the Knicks.
Quick question. How will you feel if he gets a picture with Joakim Noah?
Don't even.
I'm just asking. Just asking.
You know what?
Just asking. I'm just asking. How would you feel?
I'll be okay with it because Jimmy is a cool dude.
Okay.
And I'll be happy for him.
All right.
I would expect you to block me.
I mean, I did see our friend Melissa from Nothing But Bull.
Yeah,
shout out to them,
yeah,
some
shout
of our
out.
friends that have a
Yeah.
YouTube channel.
Let's
I saw
go.
she posted a picture of her and Joe
Yeah.
like a few weeks ago.
I remember.
And I was like devastated. I was like, how dare you, Melissa?
How can nobody have joy outside? Let them have the joy, Matt. Your time will come. Your time will come.
I just want to meet him and make him my best friend.
And that's why your time isn't here yet.
Jimmy, also have a great time at the Blackhawks game tonight.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's
Go
going to
be
be
loud.
a crazy
It's a
experience.
crazy time. Your first ever hockey game.
Absolutely. I've never even watched it on telly. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's going to be a great
It's gonna
time.
be a good one, man.
We will see you guys back here in studio for pregame before Bulls Knicks tomorrow. 6:30 tip, which means we'll be here for pregame at 6. Thank you and appreciation to Kev for filling in for Joey on the controls today.
J-Dub.
For Kevin and Big Dave, our guest, Jimmy, I'm Peck. Appreciate you as always, Bulls Nation. Enjoy your Tuesday night. We will see you tomorrow for pregame. Peace and love. See Red, be good.
Peace.